So Jordan, like even you asked, so you're like, yo, okay, like what are we going over today? So the main thing, right? I want to go over objections. Do you guys get any objections?
Yeah, hella.
I've learned like the yesterday one, bro. Like,
Okay, let's just say
bro.
so like I want to go one by one, right? Out of every single one of you guys, I want you guys to tell me how give me a percentage of from start to finish or start to current, right? When you started to where you are currently, what percent of these calls are you getting objections with? Like Jordan, how many are you getting?
So I took like 5 yesterday, and pretty much like 3 or 4 gave me objections.
So
like uncertainty.
That's pretty bad. Damn.
That's
Okay,
really
so 3
bad.
or 4. Ta.
Yeah, what are you saying?
So out of all your, so let's just say from the point where you started, if you were to just give an estimate, right? The point where you started to, the point where you started to currently where you are right now, right? Out of those calls in total, what percent of those calls in total? Like let's just say you've taken 20 calls since I don't know, May 1st, whatever, however long you've been closing for. What percent of those calls gives you objections?
I would say 5.
5 out of what?
Out of
5%?
Like 5 of those calls, I from what I remember, at least 5 of those were like objections.
Okay, and like if you were to give like a number estimate, like a percentage wise,
I would say like out of the 15 or this month I've taken, it was like 5 of them were objections.
5%?
No, 5 out of 15.
Okay, so what is that? Fucking 30%?
Yeah,
around there. Yeah.
30%. Okay. Will, what about you?
We're 100%.
100 shit. Okay. Cal, what about you?
Nothing crazy, bro. But I noticed like this month it's been a little more ejections.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. This
Okay,
is
okay.
smoky cook.
All right. So the one thing I want to go over, right? Like objections are a byproduct of your discovery and a byproduct of your pre-framing. What most people don't teach, and actually, in fact, no one teaches in the sales space, is reframing. How to reframe properly and how to use psychology to reframe. Right. If I'm dealing with a specific prospect and I collect information, I should be able to shift them into a way that I want to go. Right. So for pre-framing, right? And I was telling this to Callum the other day. I think it was literally yesterday, right? When we're going over pre-frames, we're pre-framing their mind to justifying and validating a investment, or to justify. And majority of the time, it's the investment. That's simply where objections come from. That's probably, I would say, the biggest fear. It's either that, or it's a wife or a parent, or a decision like they're worried about. It's mainly like a higher up authority above them, or the investment. It's one of the two. They're like, how rarely? What like okay like throw some objections you guys would get that you want, because I want to go over. Actually, all right. First one, like Will, you can give me one. Like what's an objection? Like don't give me like a bullshit, like an actual like hard objection that you guys like couldn't overcome.
Yeah, everything sounds good, bro. I feel like it would help me, but I just think I'm gonna sit and think about it.
Okay, watch this.
And obviously you'd be like, what is there to think about? But that shit don't work, bro. It's like, I'm gonna think about it, bro.
Yeah. Okay, look. Check this out. Objection.
He closed. Yeah.
Good shit, he closed?
Closed. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you made 1.1 on the day?
1.1.
Oh fuck.
Yes.
There you go.
Nigga, ball.
Balling out. I bet. So look, for number one, we'll go. Okay. How do I get a box in this bitch? I did this yesterday, didn't I? Oh, here we go. I remember now. Okay, bet. So, fuck. Okay, bet. So, number one, right? Okay, think about it. All right, bet. Think about it. Number one. So, well, you said okay. They want to think about it, right? Give me context of the guy. Do you remember him or no?
Yeah, bro. I already know this one guy's gonna think about it probably.
Probably. Okay. What makes you say that?
He's like 16.
Okay.
He got the money saved.
Well, look. Here's the thing. If your prospect has the money, I'll tell you right now. If your prospect has the money and it's on standby, if it's saved up, they should be a close. There's no reason why they shouldn't be a close. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
When we're going through a call, if I know for a fact that this guy has X amount of money and this is able, like we're able to slip him through, or we're able to piff him, close him, whatever it is, I'm not letting him go. He's coming off of this call with a close. How am I going to reframe this guy's mindset? A setter's job. So when you're setting, you find out their income, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel like they lie about their income or no?
No, this guy has minimum 3.5K saved up.
Okay. For today. Okay, that should be a 5K piff.
3.5K piff. That's how much I charge.
If I were you, I would do a double pitch, 5K and 3.5K. Give him the option. He can go with the 3.5K if he wants. You don't want to?
Bro, every time I did that, shit don't work, bro.
It's not that it doesn't work. It's just how you frame it.
Bro, that shit, I don't think it works.
Let me ask you, bro. If I tell you, okay, my price is 3.5K, what are you gonna say? What's an objection?
Damn, 3.5K. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
A lot compared to what? Like in your eyes, what's
Think
more?
about it like this, right? It's like if I tell you, bro, yeah. So the entire investment, obviously for my program, it's gonna be 10K. What are you gonna say?
Damn, 10K. It's a lot.
It's a lot of money. Yeah, of course, it's a lot of money, bro. You're gonna get a lot in exchange. But I'll tell you right now, right? Obviously, I get it. Right? It's an investment. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot to take, right? But we do have an option on the lower end, 3.5K. How cheap does 3.5K sound to 5K or 10K?
Yeah, way cheaper.
That's what I'm saying. You got to think of it like that from that standpoint.
But I
When
swear,
you're-
it just doesn't work. Because the way
It's not
like,
that it doesn't work. I do it. It works. Callum does it. It works. Todd does it. It works. It's just how you frame it.
so you think if I frame it like this, I feel like I was framing it kind
Well,
of
are
like,
you pre-framing the justification and the of an investment? Are you pre-framing that or no?
yeah.
Tell me how. How are you pre-framing it?
What, like in the discovery?
Yeah.
No, I don't really talk about the investment too much.
That's why. And that's exactly why.
All right,
I'm serious. That's exactly why.
easy.
This is the exact reason why we're not getting to where we want to be with closing. This is why objections pop up, right? Who else here avoids out of you guys, everyone here, right? Who else avoids the price? Who else avoids the investment? Jordan, do you avoid it?
I tell him straight. I do it super casual. I'm like, hey, bro, for everything, it's just gonna
Well,
be 3K.
I don't mean like in the pitch. I mean like in the entire call. Do you avoid it?
Yeah.
That's exactly why. That's exactly why you're getting objections. At 3 out of 5 calls, that explains it. Callum, do you ever avoid it? Todd, do you ever avoid it?
Nah, well, what's it called? I do like my price drop before.
Well, oh yeah, I've trained you guys to do that. So okay, so the thing is, right, and I get it. You guys want to avoid it, and it makes sense. Trust me, it makes a lot of sense. The reason why, and I used to do the same thing when I first started off. I would constantly avoid the investment because what happens is it's such a big amount, but you're trained in your mind to avoid big things. Because what do you expect when you pitch a price? What's the instant thing? Objection.
Yeah, I just think they're gonna be like, I gotta think about it.
So that's the thing, right?
It's
Us
scared,
as
bro.
humans,
Like,
what do we
it's like a
avoid?
whole
We avoid fear. We avoid things that we fear. Does that make sense? As humans, we're like literally trained to. If I don't want to do my schoolwork because I know it's gonna cause me a conflict, it's gonna get irritating to me. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna procrastinate it. That's where procrastination comes from. What you guys are doing is you guys are doing this exact thing. You guys are procrastinating the investment. Because what happens is when you procrastinate and you throw at once at them in a big ball, what's it gonna do? It's gonna scare them. That's where these objections come from. Because what happens is what they get into is called fight or flight. You guys know what I'm saying, right? They go into fight or flight where they give you objections. They creatively think as to reasons why they can't do it, and as to reasons and excuses to protect themselves and play defense rather than to do it. Does that make sense? Whereas if I'm dropping it and I'm constantly talking about it piece by piece and I'm dripping on them, they're calling throughout the call, talking about, okay, how can I do it? How can I make it happen?
So what's ways that you pitch it in there?
And we're gonna go over that right now. So for pre-framing objections, right? Think about it. We can. Those are all self-explanatory. I can go over all those, right? The whole thing about pre-framing is you're pre-framing what you want. What do I want to pre-frame, right? The investment.
Yo, I got another one.
Yeah. What's up?
The big one I've been getting because I deal with younger clients
Yeah.
is like their parents.
Okay. That is a bit harder. I can't lie. The parents is a bit harder. Sometimes you may have to sell to the parents directly, but that's a bit of an unusual like scenario. You're just targeting the wrong. Whoever's doing it is targeting the wrong ICP. You know. I've dealt with that a couple times. You just have to talk to their parents themselves, or you. I don't know. To be honest, it's tricky. It's kind of on the spot. You do it, but the main thing, right? Investment. This is what we're. Oh my gosh, this is what we're really trying to get at, right? The investment is the biggest thing that people come up with, right? The investment. They want to avoid the investment. So investment.
You had a question though.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, like, as soon as you do like a price drop or something, they start getting like all panicky. Like, don't pay attention to
Targeting
like,
what?
like,
Starting what?
they start getting like all panicky, like oh, you're like,
course.
I can't afford that, I can't do this, I can't do
course.
that.
Of course.
So and they just stop paying
Because you're not
attention.
pre-framing. I'll tell you exactly how. They're naturally going to. Does that make sense? Because if I'm boxing you in a corner right now, because essentially what you're doing is you're boxing them in a corner. If I box you in a corner and you have $2,000 to your name, and you're in the Louis Vuitton store, and I'm telling you this is $3,000, what is your natural human mind going to tell them?
Fight or flight.
Yeah, you don't have it. I don't have it. Listen, I know you don't have it. I know you don't, bro. But and this is what we have to do. Our goal of this is to reframe their mind into justifying the investment, right? So when we're going into these things, right, it's like, I know for a fact this guy doesn't want to do it. No one wants to make an investment, right? What I'll do is I'll pop on these calls and I'll do what it's called. I'll slowly dilute it. So I'm gonna slowly start dripping things on them while I can. So the investment is the biggest thing, right? Everyone knows the investment because Jordan, do you price drop?
Yeah, of course.
Tell me how you price drop.
So I'm like, oh, so I price drop. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, for the whole thing, everything we talked about, it's just gonna be 3K. How do you like to proceed?
No. I mean like double price. So obviously that's a hard price drop. Do you do a light price drop? Like, look, I'll be real. This program, it's hard. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna go through a lot of things, bro. This isn't gonna be easy. This isn't gonna be a cakewalk, bro. It's gonna be 3.5K. It's gonna be a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to justify these things in order to get to where you want to be. I know you were talking about this, and then you hop off it, right?
Yeah, I mean, usually my pitch is just like, so they tell me like I go through like ideal criteria, like how they want to be taught, and then I kind of tie it into the pitch and their problem, and I have like a 3-pillar system. So I'm like, yeah, for you working one-on-one with Jake is actually gonna solve like the inconsistency we were talking about earlier, or just something like that. And I do a 3-pillar process, and I just like literally say, yeah, for everything we talked about, bro, it's only gonna be like 3K. And I kind of like downplay like only like 3K.
Well, that's called pitching. That's called pitching.
Oh, price drop.
Price
yeah,
drop. What I mean by price drop is, I'll be throughout the call, right? Hey, what's going on, big dog? Okay, cool. What's going on? Blah 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 blah. So we're past the intro. Now we're going through discovery, and he's telling me all about his life story. He's telling me I dropped out of school. My dog died. X, Y, and Z. The sob story. The typical sob story. Look, bro, you have a very powering story, bro. What you've told me, bro, I don't hear that from most people. I'll be real. You have a story where it can inspire people, but I'll tell you right, if you put the pieces together, right? And I'll be real, this is gonna be hard, right? You told me working at this job was hard. You told me losing your dog was hard. I get it, bro. I get it. And you said you want to hit what, 10K a month, right? Okay, cool, bro. Hitting 10K a month, coming into this program, it's not gonna be easy. I'll tell you right now. If you think that's hard, bro, you're in for a rude awakening, because I'll tell you, this can be even harder, right? You say you're doing 2.5K a month right now. You're doing 2,500 a month right now. Brother, you're working hard. You think that's hard? Imagine how much harder it's going to be to do 10K a month, bro. When you're putting in work, constantly day and night with Vince, bro. I'm telling you right now, Vince is going to give you the steps. Vince is going to give you the work, right? It's like, have you ever heard the saying, like, you can lead the horse to the water, but you can't force it to drink? Right? Same thing here, bro. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to invest into yourself, right? It's going to be anywhere from 5 to 10K, right? It's not going to be easy, right? You're going to have to invest into yourself. You're going to have to put yourself in a hard position, right? In order to get to where you want to be. Does that make sense? Right. So look, I know you were talking to me about X, Y, and Z, right? Tell me a bit about that, because I know you said you were working at this place, right? And I'll get him. I'll get off real quick. Yo, what's up, Ta?
Like out of topic, but Michael wants like another setter to do like full-time responding. Do you have a guy, or should I kind of ask the guy I have?
Yo, is it DMs, bro? Or is it like just like setter?
It's like automations. Like you have to send automations, and that Michael has,
Mm,
and like you have to, it's like a full-time. You got to be on top of things with the numbers.
Yeah, we'll figure it out after. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about that. We'll figure it out after. But so Jordan, what I mean is like a price drop as a heads up. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Because
so like
think of it like this. It's like if I just throw a football at your face, right? You're either gonna catch it or you're gonna get hit in your face. But if I'm like, yo, heads up, I'm gonna throw this at you. All right, go long, and then I throw it at you, right? I'm giving you a heads up saying, yo, I'm gonna throw it at you. Be prepared. Yeah.
well, but when do you do that, like after your discovery and then you go into your pre-handling, or like, when do you
can do it anytime throughout the call. Anytime before it's discovery, before after, depend. Anytime throughout discovery, whenever you want.
It's like an EQ based thing.
Yeah, it's literally whenever you want, because at the end of the day, and I tell this to Callum and Todd all the time, you guys have your authority. You guys are the authority. So you guys set the frame for whatever you want to do, whenever you want to say it. You guys can press drop whenever you want. It's all up to you. You guys don't have like a set standard time when to press drop. At the end of the day, you guys are controlling the call. If you want to leave the call right then and there or tell them to leave, they'll leave. You can leave, right?
But I feel like you're more of like a conversationalist. Like you can just sneak it in there and pretty much just, you know what I mean? Like what like I'd say I'm the same way, but it's like, how would you recommend me kind of sneak that in there? Like,
So
I'm confused a little bit.
okay, elaborate on that so I can tell you.
So like, bro, like let's say at the top of the call, I get like why they're here.
Okay.
And then essentially, like, I'd kind of be like, yeah, bro, like, getting into those goals isn't easy. You know, it's going to be 5 to 10. Would you do it at the top of the call like that? And then kind of go on like that? Because if you build good rapport, say you fill out the conversation, you build good rapport, and then your goal, you get their goal at the top of the call, and then you're like, yeah, bro, this is going to be easy. And then you say, yeah, it's going to be like 5 to 10K. Would you recommend it kind of doing at the top, or when you just meet the person and you feel good about them and you know, you guys build good rapport?
My personal favorite way to do it, and when I usually do it, is I do it after they tell me everything, and I come in as a therapist. Bro, everything you've told me, bro. I mean, bro, this is a good story. And I'll tell you right now, most people in your situation, what do you think they're going to do? You think they're going to quit? Yeah, they are going to quit. Bro, I know they're going to quit. Trust me, right? They're not going to move anywhere. Bro, it's like you being on this call right now, bro. You think that's average, bro? You think most people are going to look through Vince's stories, look through Vince's posts, and actually decide to hop on a call? Bro, most people wouldn't even do that, right? You have the balls, bro. You have what it takes, bro. And I'll tell you right now, this is hard, right? It's going to be really hard, bro. You're going to have to put in the work, right? It's going to have to put in the steps. Bro, you might not even make money within your first couple of months, but I'll tell you right now, within the next couple of months, bro, within the next year, bro, 3 months down the line, big dog, you won't even notice yourself, right? And obviously, you're going to have to invest in yourself. Obviously, you're going to make investments, right? It's going to be 5 to 10K, anywhere from there, right? But you're going to have to validate and justify these things in order to get to where you want to be, bro. And I'll tell you right now, you're not going to notice yourself in the next 3 months, right? Because of this decision, right? Because you make these decisions, this is what shapes you, right? You told me when you were smoking weed 3 months ago, hanging out with those loser friends, that's what led you to here, right? So it's fair to say, bro, our decisions lead us to exactly where we want to be, right? Exactly right. Okay, cool. Boom. And I move on. This is how we pre-frame. You guys have to understand. Pre-frame is what makes the call the call. Now he's shit. Okay, fuck. 5 to 10K. Okay.
Yo.
Yeah.
You trying to hear mine to see if it makes your mind sounds good?
Yeah.
I bet so. Is or I have it set down as discovery, but I make it on my framework as like the problem. So we have to get the problem. So like, I mean, yeah, bro. They're probably like, all right, I mean, yeah, bro, like my mom, she's not making the most money now. Sometimes we don't even have enough for groceries. And even my little siblings, sometimes we didn't even have enough for all their toys at Christmas. And I'd be like, damn, bro, I mean, that must be hard for you, bro. Like, right? And they're like, yeah, bro. And they're like, I mean, definitely, bro, I can understand, but I'll be honest with you. This is going to be, way harder. This might be one of the, hardest decisions you ever make, bro. I mean, the investment part is always the hardest. You know what I mean? It can be anywhere from like 3.5 to 5K. So it's like, what should I say after?
Yeah. And it's like, I'll tell you what, it's going to be hard. But if we can make this decision, if we can push through these things, like you pushed through that hard time that you told me about, right? Big dog. In the next 3 months from now, you won't even notice yourself. You're going to come out of this a different person. It's like, you told me you wanted 10K a month, right? Bro, I'll tell you right now, this is the route to 10K a month. You already know. You and I both know it, right? And I know pretty well because I've done this with guys in your situation. Matter of fact, in better situations and worse situations, right? So I can already tell, bro. I know you. You want to know why I know you? Because I was in your position a couple months ago, right? I knew what it was like. Trust me. I felt it, bro. I knew what it was like, right? I knew it was hard to make investments. Bro, I'm telling them what they want to hear. I didn't want to invest into myself. Bro, I thought of every reason I couldn't do it until I had to understand 3 months later, and I learned the hard way that investing into myself was the route that I could take, was the route that I had to take, right? Not that I wanted to. Matter of fact, I left the call. I had a call just like this, and I left it because I didn't want to make the investment. Guess what? 3 months later, flat. I didn't make any money because I didn't invest into myself. I had the capital. I had the investment. I just didn't have the balls, right? In order to make it happen, you got to be ballsy. I'll tell you right now, right? It's like, you're not a female, right? You have balls. I'm assuming you're not gay, are you? Right? I'll make them laugh. Right? Okay, cool. Right. So we're going to have to make these adjustments. You're going to have to adjust and adapt to that 10K version of you right now. Because I'll tell you right now, are you making 10K a month right now? You said you want to, right? You align with that 10K version of you? No? Okay, cool. It's like when you're making 10K a month, when you're making 100K a month, you think you're going to be spending 1K, or you think you're going to be dropping 10K, right? 10K, exactly, right? Because in order to become that version, we have to align with that version on the other end. Does that make sense? Okay, 100%, right? Now I'm going to keep moving. I'm dripping things on them, making them understand in their mind that this is what is going to guide them to where they want to be. I'm having them align with, bro, you guys have to understand it's a psychological game. No one talks about this in sales. No one. You can go online, every single nerdy sales rep, they don't talk about any psychology. It's unheard, it's untold about for one reason, because they rely on objection handles. They rely on these nerdy frameworks. They all say copy and paste the same thing. They all copy and paste the exact wording, and they'll say it in their own phrase. And it doesn't work anymore because people catch on to it. So your goal is to guide them and pre-frame their mind, because I can shape your mind. If I really want you, if I'm with a group of guys and I really, really, really want you to drink this beer, whatever it is, and you never drank before, I'm going to get you to do it by telling you, bro, you want to do this? I'm going to try to shape ways in your mind. I'm going to shape shift your mind to making a decision. What is your goal? Your goal is to have them make that decision at the end of this call to invest how much? 10K, 5K, whatever it is, however much it is. Your goal is to shape their mind. How can I shape their mind? I can start dripping things of identity. It's not about making a decision. What is it about? It's the identity of them that makes this decision. It's the identity of them that they're visualizing in their mind, that they're psychologically and emotionally understanding in the next three months from now, how much they're making, their goal of them. That's them, right? So when you're dripping these things on them and you're slowly kind of shaping their mind, you're almost twisting their like lines and stuff. They're making this decision because they're in the psychological state of that 10K a month version of them. And I remember I told you this, Callum. I told you this, Abraz. I told you this, Taha. Our first call ever, we had it. This is a while ago. You have to be in the version of the 10K per month version of you. You have to psychologically and mentally and physically and emotionally be in that version of you that's at 10K a month. In order to get there, how do we do that? We align with it, right? Same thing here. You guys need to be matching and having that and twisting their volume to having their mind shape the fact that they're in this version of them. Whatever their goal is, you need to have them psychologically be in that state. Bro, that version of you that's hitting 10K a month, you guys all know that saying. That version of you hitting 10K a month, what would he do in this position? That doesn't do anything because you're saying it after they say the objection. You need to pre-handle that.
Got it.
So if you're gonna say that, oh, that version of you that's making 10K a month, what would he do right now? If you want to say that, you can, but say it before. Pre-handle these things ahead of time, because you can say all these sayings, and you can fit it in a little 1 minute time frame, and say it ahead of time so that they start to understand that, and it starts to add up, and then they're like, oh shoot, he's right. he's right. I do have to. Oh, he's right. If I do want a 10K, I do have to. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I do have to change. Shoot, yeah, he's right. Because if I say it after convincing, bro, when you speak things out loud, you convince yourself. So if I automatically say out loud, I'm not going to class today, I'm not going to school today, no one will convince me to go. You can't, because I already stated that. I said it out loud. Now I psychologically, I committed. It's a commitment. So when I say, oh, it's too hard, oh, it's too expensive, oh, I can't do it right now, oh, I don't have the time, I just committed to it. Sure, you can fight around and play the head-to-head game where you're clashing your objections with their fear. It's not going to go anywhere. The chances of you really bringing that up is and closing it after objections is slight, but we don't want slight chances. We want big chances, right? In order to get big chances, what are we going to do? We're going to reframe their mindset ahead of time. So they're like, yeah, shoot, he is right. Oh, shoot, yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Oh, yeah, he's telling me, oh, shoot, he's telling me that we make decisions fast. 10K per month guys make decisions fast. He's telling me that not to think about it. Yeah, okay. He's telling me to justify paying 3K. I have 4K saved up. He's telling me 3K is a big investment. And he's right, it is a big investment. They're thinking in their mind that yes, he's right. They're thinking that in their mind. Yeah.
And I'm curious. So, bro, a lot of what I get to is like what Will said is the uncertainty aspect. Like, yeah, bro, I'm super uncertain. Like,
This
what
is
if
all
this
this is all reframable.
so okay, and then it's like, yeah, it's fear. Like, I have a call too. It's like he said, yeah, like it's just uncertainty. Okay, uncertainty about what? About like putting all my money into this or something like that.
So
Usually.
uncertainty of what? That's the key.
Just about like this working out. Like pretty much a guarantee.
Yeah, but uncertainty of what? What is he putting down?
Pretty much like uncertainty about putting down the money.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Everything, every objection you get loops back to the investment. Anything they say, it doesn't matter because it loops back to the investment. If I tell you I don't have enough time, if it was free, I would have enough time. If I tell you I have to speak to my mom, I wouldn't have to speak to my mom if it was free. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Whatever objection you guys are getting, it all loops back to the investment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So uncertainty, it's reframable, right? Because you have to have them. You have to explain to them, right? Hold on, I'm getting spammed. You have to explain to them these decisions that they're making, right? That have led to their current state in life at the moment that they're telling you and they're complaining about. It's like you can't complain to me about your whole life and then tell me that you're uncertain about making a decision. You complain to me for a specific reason. You wouldn't be complaining to me right now, telling me every single thing in your life is going bad, and we wouldn't be on this call right now if everything was going great. Meaning, you have to make a decision like this. Your goal is to force their mind to psychologically be at a standpoint where they are at the version of 10K a month. So pre-handling that and it's like pre-adjustment. You're pre-adjusting their mind and almost preparing them to make that decision. So you're preparing them to fight against their negative mindset and fight against their that alter ego that's telling them that they can't do it. They're fighting against it ahead of time. And you guys are helping them battle that in their mind by telling them, look, bro, I get it, right? It's like, do you like spending money, bro? Do you like do you like seeing your balance on your card go down? No, bro. No one likes spending money. We all love free things, right? I'll tell you right now, bro. Free is not going to get us to 10K a month, is it? Right? You're not 10K a month, are you? You're 3K a month working a job, right? Bro, I get it, bro. I get it. I completely get it. I was preserving my money like it was gold, bro. The reason why is because it was gold at the time. I'll tell you that. It was gold, right? But I wasn't using the golden opportunities. I would see opportunities like these. I would see opportunities where I could have the opportunity to get to 10K a month. And why was I stuck there? I couldn't make decisions like that, right? And I get it, right? It makes sense. Because what happens is you're trading your time for this amount of capital. Of course it's going to be gold, right? Because what's more valuable, your time or your money? Your time, bro. You can get money, you can make it right back, you can lose it. You can't lose time and make it back. Does that make sense, right? So you have to understand, take advantage of opportunities that you see, knowing that you have the time for it and you shape the time for it is what's gonna move you forward, right? Because you say you want a 10K a month, right? That makes sense. Blah blah blah. You're having them justify like, bro, no one likes losing money. No one likes spending money. That's humans. No one actually would enjoy losing money, right? No one likes buying things. No one likes losing money. But we is investing into ourselves, right? And it's not just and this is the exact reframe that I told Callum earlier. You remember what it was about the stock, Callum? You remember that? Remember that? Yeah, the stock, right? It's like, bro, can I tell you something right now? You're gonna invest into yourself, or you're gonna buy into yourself. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. I'll tell you why it doesn't make sense, and I get it, right? It's one or two things when you're coming into this. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Who knows, right? But I'll tell you, if you do come into this, it's one or two things. You're either buying into yourself or you're investing into yourself, and I'll tell you what the difference is, right? Put it into a stock. Have you ever invested into a stock before? Maybe yes, no. As your parents, I'm pretty sure they have, right? It's like the S&P 500, right? NASDAQ, whatever it is, right? What do we call it? Do we say we're buying a stock or we're investing to a stock, right? We're investing to a stock. Why? When you buy a stock or when you invest into a stock, right? Do you get instantly anything, or what are you getting? You're getting shares of a stock for what in exchange in the long run, right? You to get an outcome in the long run. You're not instantly getting anything because that's why it's called an investment. So when you look into this, trust me, I get it. What's going to happen is you're going to hear, oh shoot, I'm investing 5K, right? And I get it, bro. What your mindset is set to is you're buying things. When was the last time you invested into something like a stock? You haven't. Maybe 5 years ago, maybe once every couple months, right? You don't do it often. When you go to the store, what do you instantly get? Clothes, food. You're used to getting things instantly. Does that make sense? When you're investing into yourself, I'll tell you right now, this is going to be the hardest thing you do, and I'll tell you why. Because you're not going to instantly get it. You're investing into yourself for a long-term skill, and it's a lot of money. I get it. You're going to have to put a lot of things, right? It's a lot of money to make a lot of money, right? You can't put a little money to make a lot of money. That's not how it works, right? It's like if you want to make $100,000 in the NASDAQ, right? You either wait a long time or you invest more money into it, right? Because when you grow, right, you grow exactly out what you put in, right? And it just amplifies it. So I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be an easy investment. You're going to have to put a lot down. You're going to have to validate that. You're going to have to justify that. But if you can't, I'll tell you right now, nothing's going to grow. This is why it's called an investment, not a purchase, right? And I want you to understand this isn't just a purchase. You're not buying something and getting an instant outcome. When you join this program, I'll tell you right now, you may not make any money at all. I'll tell you right now, you can join this program and you simply won't make $1. But who's that up to, me or you? Who's that up to, Vince or you? It's you, right? Because at the end of the day, I'll tell you right now, there's guys in the program, bro, we have over 200 guys in the program. There's guys that are making $0 a month. There's guys that are making a single penny. But on the other hand, there's guys that came from blue collar jobs. They had the work ethic, right? There's guys that were working at jobs just like you. They had the work ethic, and they transferred those skills and the work ethic to this, and they're doing over 6 figures a month. And the reason why is because they have the skills and they transferred that. And bro, it sounds like you have the skills too. You're working a blue collar job, right? You say you're a hard worker, right? You say you're a hard worker, right? You're making 2.5K a month. You're a hard worker, right? You're working 8 hours a day. That's a hard worker, right? Bro, because if you weren't, you'd probably be in college right now, sitting at a desk, bro. You're working a blue collar job. Most people at 19 don't do that, right? So I'm putting him the fact that he's already a hard worker. He already has what it takes energetically, but he doesn't have what the outcome should be financially.
Identity labeling, pretty much. Your
Identity labeling, exactly.
And then I have a question as well. Like when you put yourself in their shoes, like, yeah, man, I totally understand. It's a lot. Is that on purpose, bro? Like you do that, like putting yourself in their shoes. Is that on purpose? Or like not really?
What do you mean by that?
So like, yeah, like, bro, I know, I totally understand, man. Like, wanting to make like a huge investment, bro. I was in your position not too long ago. Would you say like that's also a good way to go about it in the beginning? Like when you're pre-framing, kind of putting yourself in their shoes.
Okay, so towards the beginning of the call, in the
I feel like
discovery,
you
or
did
what?
that a little. No, just in general, like what we were going over, like, you say like, oh, I totally understand, or like, but would you say putting yourself in their shoes would be also a good way to go about it? It's like, oh yeah, I was in your position not too long ago, or something like that.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, it's like a yes and no situation. So when are you asking like to just state that simply, or do you,
Yeah, just state it. I mean, if there's psychology behind it, like putting yourself in their shoes, I'm not sure, but I'm just
well, that
curious.
doesn't. It's kind of it's like soft. It doesn't really it doesn't change anything. It doesn't shape anything because you're not. If I tell you, yeah, bro, I get it, bro. I used to be there too in your position. You're like, okay, nice.
What about this
Yeah.
objection? This is like a common one I get too, since I'm like my offer is newer and obviously I'm newer to even coaching. It's
Yeah.
like, I mean, like I feel like it would help me, bro, but there is like a bunch of other, mentors. So I think I'm just like keep exploring my options and see which one's the best fit for me.
Okay. Right there and then I say, oh, hell yeah, bro. But that shows me right now, bro, you have what it takes, bro. Because right now, you're in this position where you're looking. That's good. I was in the search position too, right? Can I ask you, what made you book this call with me in particular, right? And have them sell me on why they want it, why they came to me, and why they will go with me. Once they tell me that, I'm using that as ammo, right? What made you book this call with me, bro? Yeah, bro, I saw your content. I mean, it was pretty cool and all. I just, I think there's lots of options and I don't want to just limit myself to one. Of course, bro. 100%, bro. I'll tell you right now. Guess how many mentors I've had? 5. I've had 5. I've had 5 mentors. To start off with how many? You think about 5 at once? You think I shop around at once? No. Bro, I'll say right now, if you were making 100K a month, how many mentors do you think you could get? Probably 10, 10, 20, 100% right now, right? You said right now you're making 5K a month. But with that 5K a month, your goal shouldn't be which is the best mentor. Your goal should be to get a mentor. Because you said you've been at 5K for about 10 months now. So for the past 10 months. You've been stuck at that service level, right? Have you looked into a mentor previously before that or no? If he says yes, he's cooked. If he says no, he's still cooked. Because what I'll say is, he says yes, okay, why is it taking 10 months? If he says no, I'll say, perfect, bro. Now it's time for you to execute. Now it's time for you to go through with this, because guess what? If we can double your income, if you're able to do that, how many more mentors you can get? 1,000, bro. 100, 1,000, whatever. However many more mentors you want, you can be your own mentor at that point, right? Because your goal shouldn't be to go to the best mentor. It should be to start off getting a mentor on the spot. You need to get a mentor. Because what's gonna happen if you keep searching around, bro? You're uncertain, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not about the mentor. Who's it about? It's about you. Right? Because you haven't even made the decision. How can a mentor make a commitment on you if you haven't even made a commitment for a mentor yet? I'm just flipping the table.
It's good, bro.
Yeah. I'm just flipping the table on them.
Yeah, I like that. That was nice.
That's a good.
You're making them sell them on you. Like what?
Yeah.
What this call. I like
Everything, bro. Everything is that. You guys, I want you guys to understand this. You're having them sell you on why they need to make your decision. It's not about you selling to them. You're not a sales rep, right? You're a solution rep. I'm giving you a solution. You're going to tell me why you need this. And if you don't need it, you can, I have another call to take, So it's no hard feeling. You guys got to understand. You guys don't get a call. It doesn't go the way you want it to. That's fine. All right. Okay, cool. Move to the next call. This is the thing, right? You guys should be super calm and collective about it. If you guys don't close a call, congrats, bro. You know what I mean? You guys had another call to take. Your calls, your calendar is booked. That's the mindset you guys want to come in with, right? That's why when we're on these calls, you guys are leaders too. And I want to tell you guys this too. This isn't just like a, hey, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. I'm gonna answer them in an empathetic way. This, yeah, bro. How does that make you feel? Yes. How does this make you feel? Okay, cool. What do you think we should do from here? Okay, cool. Oh, the investment's too much. Okay, well, what makes you say that? It's like this whole TikTok and Instagram reel style of selling. It doesn't really work. You have to be the leader, right? I've seen that when you're coming off as a leader type of thing and you're leading them to make a decision, they're like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. They're just listening, right? Having them talk and then pre-framing them, guiding them into making a decision with the identity that they want to be, and aligning it to the decision that they need to make is what's going to get them there. Because you have to play a trick on their mind. The trick on their mind is that the decision that they want to make at the end of this call in their current state is going to be no. The decision that their 10K a month version of them wants to make is going to be yes at the end of the call. Is it going to be a hard decision? Is it going to be hard to do? Yeah, it's going to be very hard, right? They're not going to want to invest that much because they're going to see their numbers in their bank account go down, but it's going to skyrocket back up if they can put in the work. And I'll tell you right now, it's not guaranteed, right? Nothing in life is guaranteed. I know for a fact. Yeah, and what you could do is use baby negatives too, like even what Casey Cox does, right? Bro, I know for a fact right now, you may come in this program, you may not make a single penny. I can tell you right now, you come into this program and you're not committed, you won't make a penny. You won't, right? If you come into this program and you have to be pushed to make a decision. If you come into this program and you're convincing yourself to make a decision, watch this. You're convincing yourself to make a decision, you're not going to make any money. But if you come into this program and you make yourself, you push yourself to do these things, right? Right? And you shape yourself into that version of you that's in 10K a month. Brother, I'll tell you right now, you won't even recognize yourself in the next 3 months. You're going to be making so much money, you're not going to know what to do with it, right? And that's the decision we need to make, which is why I'm going to tell you right now, I think you know what this is, right? Yeah, you're going to have to invest into yourself. You're going to have to do it, right? And I know it's not going to be easy, right? You're not going to want to invest 3K into yourself. Why? Because you don't want to see your numbers go down in your bank account. I know you want to see your numbers go up, right? Of course they do, right? I'll tell you right now, nothing will go up until you go up with it, right? Your input is exactly what your output is, right? You can invest into yourself. You can join the program. You can sit there and not do anything. You think anything's going to go up? No, right? You can do the exact same thing. You can hop off this call. You could probably make more than me. You can make more than this mentor, but it all comes down to you at the end of the day, right? So I'll tell you right now, investing into yourself, right? And then you have them, you have them sell you on what they need, and then you boom, you come and swoop in and you say, okay, look, this is what we have. You just told me you need this. You just told me you need this. I have this. You told me you're lacking content. You told me you're not charging enough for your haircuts. Guess what? I had the exact blueprint on how to do that. Does that make sense?
Easy, bro.
Oh, Will, you're not there to sell them on why they need you. You're there to guide them on a decision that leads them to telling you why they need you. You're guiding them. You're starting off and a leader, and then you're stepping back and you're their therapist, and then you're shape shifting. You guys are, and I told this to Callum, you guys are chameleons. You guys are changing your personality throughout the call. You hop on the call, hey, what's going on, man? But you're a nice guy, and then you're coming on, you're taking a step back. Now I'm your therapist. Oh shoot, how'd that happen? And then you're the leader. Bro, I'm telling you right now, if you join this program, blah 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 blah, and then you come in, right? And
So
you're still the leader,
dream.
trying them to make a decision. You said what?
Selling these kids a dream.
Yeah, you are. I mean, you basically are. You are selling these prospects a dream. You're selling them a dream, and the thing is, dreams come true. Sometimes dreams do. Sometimes dreams don't. Right? When you dream at night, can you make that reality? Yeah. If I see myself going to the NBA, is there a possible chance? Yeah. But I just have to put in the work to get there. If I see a dream, I see a vision. Visions are nothing without action. You have to explain that to them too.
Bro,
Man.
you know what's valid?
Yeah.
I literally have a call for this trading offer, that little one that I'm on, before my 2 calls. So I'm gonna get repping.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna close these boys on my offer, bro.
Let's get it. Bet. That's tough. But yeah. So does that make sense? I don't even know why I went on Myra today.
Yeah.
I didn't really need to. Okay, I bet. Did you guys have questions in particular about specific like objections or like any pre-frame or
Yeah.
anything?
Yeah.
I bet.
But I mean, I was gonna ask, bro, with problem awareness, bro. How do you go about? Do you do like external and internal impacts, or like what do you? How's your
Problem awareness. And okay, give me an example.
Like, how do you dig pain out of somebody like a problem? How do you build urgency? How do you discover it? How do you go about it?
Especially if they're being big about it.
Okay, your question is, how do you dig pain out of someone?
Yeah, like say, oh man, I just want to make more money. Like, what would you? How would you
Okay,
go
so
about
if I say, if you tell me you want to make more money,
Yeah.
it's just like right here, right? You want to make more money. I want to
Yeah.
make more money too. Don't we all? Do we want to be broke? I make it feel stupid for saying that. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, look, I know you want to make more money, right? You're on this call. I mean, I expect you to not be a billionaire. You booked this call for some reason, right? Okay, cool. Right. So obviously, let's step back, right? Because money can buy multiple things, right? You can go to the strip club. You can buy whatever you want, right? Tell me what is it for, right? Because if I were to hand you $1,000 right now, what would you do with it? $100,000, what are you gonna do with it, right? What I want to know is what would we do with this money, right? I know you want to make more money. I get it. We all do. I want to make more money. You do too, right? It's what the money buys us. Is that fair? Does that make sense? Is that fair? Okay, cool. So if I were to ask you right now, what is the main thing that you want to solve? Because we all have things that we want to solve. right? What is it that we want to solve? There's usually problems in our life. I'll tell you for me, right? I'll tell you for me, my main thing was getting myself a new house, right? I was living in my parents' house for a long time, right? I wanted to get myself a house. I wanted to get out of here, right? I also wanted to buy my parents a house too. So, buying two things, right? That was my main why, right? Growing up, my parent, and you can don't be afraid to share your story too. Don't be afraid to do that either. You can share that, and then they're like, yeah. I guess for me, the same thing. You're not the same person as me. I mean, we're different people, right? Tell me a bit about your story, right? What's your backstory? How's this, and then they tell you,
Yeah, I get it. 100%. So just like would you make
What's
them feel
Cal
stupid?
laughing, bro?
Yeah, it's freaking me out. I was like, well, yeah, no, that's true. But anyway, so yeah, so would you make them just feel stupid? Like, yeah, man, of course everyone wants to make more money, bro. Like, you wouldn't be on this call if you didn't. So
Yeah,
why?
embarrass them. You have to embarrass
Yeah.
them sometimes because guess what? What they're gonna do if they're giving you like kind of like vague answers, you play logic against them essentially, right? Of course. What, you want to make more money? Bro, what? You want to lose money? Like, what are we talking about here? Of course you want to make more money, right? I want to make
Yeah,
more
that's
money.
true.
We all do, right? Okay. Does that like did you have like a more in-depth question on that, or was that just it?
No, just like no, like a vague answer.
How do you
turn it into
yeah,
a real
that's a good
problem.
question. How do you go from vague to deep? Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? You have to start off, and this is the biggest thing, right? You have to start off small and go deeper, right? Pause. Start off like kind of like start off like taller, and you go longer, right? You kind of have to stretch one question into multiple, right? Okay, cool. Where you are right now, it's all about questioning and phrasing exactly too, right? That's another big thing. Phrasing questions is what actually paints the picture for what your goal is, and because another thing you have to understand is what is your goal. If you don't have a goal, okay, let me ask you, like Jordan, when you come into this call, what is your goal for discovery?
To get bro, their situation, what are they currently doing, and then why they even booked the call, like their problem. You know what I mean? Their goal, problem, and their situation, essentially.
Okay, there's 4 pillars. Tell me the 4, and I can tweak it up.
Okay, discovery. So
You should know it. You should know it.
why they booked the call,
Uh-huh.
their past experiences, what brought them here, like their past experience,
That
their
would
pains,
be
their
considered
strength.
into one.
One, okay, so that, and then problem,
Okay, yeah,
and then situation. Well,
that's considered into 2.
situation, and then problem,
So
and then
I'll tell you. Hold on, I actually have it
make
pulled up
problem feel
here.
big / urgent, and
So
then
the main thing, right? And I'll tell you that there's phases, right? So it's like, I don't even have it. Whatever. There's phases to it, right? So it's like, for number 1, it should be like, okay, where are you? What make you book this call? How much are you making per month? Right? Light stuff. And then we move on to, do you like your current situation? Yes or no? Why not? Do you want to make the change? Yes. No, maybe it is. Okay, cool. Whatever. What do you want to do? What is your goals? Why? Are you committed to making a change? Why? If you did, what would the outcome look like? Blah, blah, blah. Right. There's kind of 4. There's 4 main things, but it's like, Jordan, if I want one outcome and I want one specific thing, I'm going to ask questions that start off lighter. If I know for a fact, it's like, because you can't hop on the call and ask them like you can't read people. You can't automatically just like know like this guy's backstory, but you have to. What is your goal? You want to know where he is. Okay, and put it into simpler terms. I want to know where he is with life. I want to know why it's bad, because I'm going to assume it's bad if he's on this call. I want to know where he wants to be. I want to know why, and I also want to know where does he want to be, why, and then is he willing to make a change, right? In order for me to get these things, I'm going to start off with lighter questions. I'm going to dig deeper down into like kind of more expanded questions. So I'm going to start off, let's just say, for instance, if I want to if I want to ask you like a specific question about like something about you personally, like I want to, like, if I notice like, I don't know, like Jordan, if I notice like there's like a, I don't know, like there's like a scar, like an obvious scar on your face, but I don't want to be rude. Right. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna ask you, yo, bro, what's that scar on your face? And I'm gonna come off as rude. I don't want to do that, right? Because they're a random person. Mind you, I've never met you before. You're a random prospect. You just pop on the call. I say what's good. You say what's good. I tell you what the goal of the call is. Blah 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 blah. If I want to know why is there a scar on your face, huge scar on your face, super obvious. You're probably insecure about it. I'm gonna start off. Okay, what's going on, right? Okay, fine. Yeah, bro. So tell me about you, bro. Okay, cool. You play basketball. Nice. All right, fire. Cool. You ride bikes. Oh, shoot. Okay, so I'm thinking about, okay, he rides bikes. All right. Oh, shit. How long you been riding bikes for? So I want longevity because it's probably a scar comes from past experience, right? Same thing here. What we're looking for is what in their past experience has led them here. That's where your goal is. So this actually aligns perfectly with what I'm saying, right? Okay. You've been riding bikes? How long? Okay, so you've been riding motorcycles for about 8 years now. Oh shoot, how'd that start, bro? How'd you get started with that? Okay, you had a couple buddies that you started off with. Okay, cool. Your neighbor. Okay, nice. Did you have your own bike, or was it like, okay, cool, you bought your own first bike. That's fire. How'd you get that bike? You're working. Okay, cool. You're shoveling snow for one summer or for one winter, whatever. Okay, cool, nice. Okay, cool. You're whipping that, or what? You're hitting wheelies, tricks. Yeah, okay. You were hitting wheelies. Oh shoot, how'd that go? Like how was that like? Were you good at it? Like what was it like? Yeah, I was pretty good. And then boom, he's gonna hit me. Yeah, but one day, I was riding, and then I was riding, and I hit a wheelie, and I hit a car, and that's where this came from. Blah blah blah. Now I just got down to it. I didn't start off telling yo, what's that scar on your face? They're gonna be like, what's wrong with you, or like they're just not gonna tell you. Right? I started off asking, where are you from? What do you currently do? They told me they play basketball. I moved down. I said, what else? Okay, cool. They ride bikes. Oh, shoot. How long? Everything usually comes from longevity. Longevity is definitely a key to current state of like of like where they are currently, and like why it's negative.
Okay. I get it. Okay.
So you have to dig down into specifics in order to get to one like ideal, like kind of ideal answer that you want, because these are all leverage. So there's like four. This is what I call it. It's like four kind of like main topics in the discovery, and this is like 4 bullets. Is literally 4 bullets, because every single like topic in the discovery that you get, every single piece of pain, you use that as ammo to shoot that back at them and to make a decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The ammo. I got you. Sorry, I just got a call. I just like ignored it.
Sean. Okay,
I was
cool.
listening.
Oh, good. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah. So just
Okay.
pretty much use what they tell you against them as like leverage or slash ammo.
So yeah,
whatever you wanna
it's
call it.
all leverage, because you're using what they're telling you in a therapeutical way. When you go to a therapist, you tell them a bunch of bad things about you. They're going to tell you, okay, this is how we're going to solve it. Right? Same thing here. This is how we're going to solve it, bro. Look, I know, I get it. Right? Your leg hurts a lot. I'll tell you right now, you're not going to want to do this. Right? It's going to hurt a lot. But you told me you want to get rid of your leg pain forever. Okay. So there's a small thing in your leg, and if it grows, I'll tell you right now, it'll be even worse. You think this is bad, it'll be even worse. We're going to have to chop off your leg. And I'll tell you right now, it's going to be hard. You're not going to like it. It sounds scary. I get it. It's scary. But I'll tell you right now, your pain will be gone, right? For the next 5 days, you'll have a little bit of pain. We'll numb it. But I'll tell you right now, it's going to be hard. I get it. But it's going to be gone forever, right? You're going to have to make a sacrifice. You probably won't be able to walk again. But it's like, do you want that pain? I know you said, it hurts a lot. Okay, cool. We're going to have to get the surgery done, blah, blah, blah. I just put the exact reframe that I would say for someone like in a closing call on like someone's leg hurts or someone's knee, basically stating they're not going to want to make this big decision because it's a big decision for me to chop off your leg. But you told me this is hurting right now, it's going to hurt even worse if you keep letting it hurt you. That's the perfect way to put. I just put in the best analogy I possibly could. If that makes sense to you guys, that's a perfect reframe right there. Right.
I have a set real quick that called me. So,
Oh, good. Yeah, take it if you want. Will, you got any other additional, or Callum?
Yeah, I got kind of go over. I had it the other day. What you cheesing on, bro? Yo, This guy turned his camera off. Yeah, we good?
Yeah.
Bet. Yeah, bro. The fucking the prospect was like, oh,
Oh, I saw laughing, bro.
this guy's laughing.
Love it.
He was. When I wait, then pay. You know.
Oh, you
Voice
cut
cut
out.
out, your voice cut out.
You can hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You're
Yeah,
good. Yeah, now you're good.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, like I'm still trying to save a little more.
You
I'm
cut
still-
out again.
What's your voice cutting out, bro?
Oh.
Yo, it was a good wife objection.
Wife?
Yeah, yesterday to the prospect you gave, he said, "Yo, my wife manages our finances. I can't make a decision without talking to my wife."
I would just ask if he provides for his wife.
No, they're both like they both earn. I
Huh?
said that. They both earn. It's like a 50-50 type shit.
They both heard?
They both earn money. Like it's like 50-50.
Okay, but ask her like, I know you both earn money. I understand that. Do you both like? Does she buy her own purses? You buy her the purses? Well, what is it? Like, do you buy her the nice dinners, or does she buy you the nice dinners? Right? Are you a guy? No offense. Are you a guy? Or are you a girl? Are you a guy? Or are you a girl? No, shit. I would crack a joke like that and make him feel stupid.
Because yo, what he said to me was like he has like 1 to 2K, but like that's for like bills and stuff. It's like a DUI. He said he had a DUI to pay that off and all that.
150K.
He had 1 to 2K in savings.
Oh, 1 to 2. Oh,
And then so I told like I did the price shop and he like she's like I did the price shop, I did the 5K the he's like, yo, like 2.5 sounds good to me. I'm like, all right, bro. So what we can do is I kind of get you verified for the credit plan because I know you have bills to pay and I want to take everything from your right. So that's what he said to me. And so
yeah.
and I said like, okay, what we do is I kind of share your link, kind of see what you get approved for before you kind of talk to your wife with all the information, right? And he's like, no, bro, like I said you talk to her first. I said, yeah, I mean that's what we're here for, right? I'm getting information first, then talk to your wife. And then he was like, nah, bro, I just have to talk to my wife first. I can't do anything else without her. And then I told him like if she was like a big baker, why is she why are you laughing, bro?
Because Callum, bro. I'm
Callum,
looking
I
at
Callum.
saw someone, bro. I'm on my phone, bro. Yo.
Yo, like what's good, boys? Like I'm trying to stretch that.
Yeah, I hear you.
I told him like if his wife was like a baker, why isn't she on the call with him?
Why is he, bro? Callum, why are you laughing?
Yo, why are your fans looking at me? Yo, I'm turning my camera off.
Alright.
Yo, lock in.
What were you saying? What were you saying?
Yeah, but he told I called him out. I was like, okay, if she like makes the decision with you, why isn't she on the call with you right now?
Yeah. Okay. So the best way to handle it is like, I think I went over this with the Braz actually. It's like, bro, look, do you ever buy her gifts, bro? Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you, bro. Because when you make a decision like this, it's pretty big, right? Spending 3K, 4K. It's not typical. You guys don't do that on a daily yet. I hope you do in the future, right? But you don't do that yet, right? Okay, cool, right? So it's like, bro, you're gonna have to talk to your wife. Like, and I get it, right? At some point, you're gonna have to, right? Can I ask you, bro? Like, when's your girlfriend's or your wife's birthday? Oh, it's like May 25th, whatever it is, right? Oh shoot! When you get your wife gifts or whatever, do you ever get her gifts? No, you do. Okay, you get her gifts, but do you ever tell her before you get the gifts, or you usually surprise her with it? Oh, I usually surprise her with it, and I wrap it up. I'm special like that. Okay, sure, bro. So let me ask you, bro. Like when you get her gifts, does it make her happy, or do you just do it just to do it? Like, is she mad at you when you get her gifts, or yeah, she's happy, right? Okay. So let me ask you, bro. Same thing here, right? If you were able to double your income, triple, quadruple, right? You were able to make 20, 30K a month like you said you wanted to, would that make her happy? Yeah, right? Let me ask you, bro. Would you say buying her nicer dinners, getting her nicer gifts, providing for her and your family down the long run, is that a gift to her? Would you say that's a gift? Would you say she would enjoy that? Yeah. So let me ask you, bro, if you don't tell her when you get her gifts for her birthday, why would you tell her right now? Because you go to tell her, hey, bro, hey, babe, I'm going to give you $1,000 Louis Vuitton purse. She can say, oh, no, please don't. Like, please don't save your money.
Bro, I just talked to the most autistic nigga on the planet, bro. I swear to God, bro, I had to re-loop what I said like 8 times, bro. He was like, what is this? It was like, I was like, what is this, bro? I said, this is a mentorship. He's like, this is not how to start your Shopify store. I was like, bro, no, it's the one-on-one. He's like, oh, can you help me with my Shopify store? I was like, bro, no, I can't, bro. It's paid. It's like, I have to pay money. I was like, yeah. Just kept asking me fucking questions. I was like, oh my god.
Damn.
Whatever.
He's asking me questions about my questions, bro. And I was just I was simply stating that it's a mentorship.
Whatever.
But
Now,
that's
did you
the
guys
whole-
understand that though? Todd, did you understand that? It's like when they buy their wife like gifts, they don't tell them, right? They like to provide for their wife. They're the ones who, they're the ones who actually, provide, right? And it's like a gift, their wife enjoys it, right? And their wife is definitely going to enjoy it when they hit 20K, 30K a month, right? And they're not working at McDonald's anymore. So if they usually don't tell their wife, when they get her gifts, right? So they don't need to be telling her now, right? He's gonna have to make ballsy decision.
Yeah. I was writing it down.
Oh, okay.
He said,
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay, but
Yeah, but
like a-
bro's typing up a storm.
yes, sir.
Just type it as he spoke, bro. So don't forget.
Locked in.
It's recorded too, so you can watch over this.
Oh,
Yo,
shit,
Aiden,
okay.
mastermind.
The
All
what?
right, Daha, any other questions or?
No, that was about it.
Yo,
We kind of went
Aiden.
over the I need to think about it objection yesterday, so I mean that should be chill with me.
Aiden.
Okay. Kaloom, anything or?
Niggas say Kalu. Yeah, bro. Yo, can you hear me now? Is it better?
Yeah, Kaloom.
Yeah. Okay, but the prospect I had the other day, he was basically saying, "Can I wait a few days to pay? I'm still working. I'm still trying to, get some more savings." That's what he said, basically.
That's a good one.
But he already had like 2K in savings, bro.
Yo, Will, we
You
might
just tell him no. You just tell him no.
Yeah,
I would
but
just be like, can you wait? What'd you say? Can you wait 2 days to pay? No.
that's what I said. And then he was like, "Ooh, I came on here expecting 7 weeks free." I'm like, nigga.
Well, it's because you pitched 7 weeks free.
I didn't though. Michael did, bro. Fuck me again.
Well, if you had just said no, he would have been like, oh shoot. Well, then I probably can't do it. Okay, let me tell you right now. All right.
I said that though. And then we went through the fucking payment link. I got him on the payment link. And then he's like, "Oh, hold on." Then he left the call.
He's just not serious.
He's not serious, bro. I was like, bro, how the fuck do I like handle that shit? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
He's just not
Yo, Aaron, I had a question, bro.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Do you like switch up your pre-frame depending on how the prospect is?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was planning on going over today, because who you're dealing with, you have to be able to read. You have to read the room and understand who you're dealing with. Whether he's a laid back. This is one of the first things I think I told you guys. Identity.
Yeah.
Like there's three types of people. The type of person you're dealing with is how you should go about things, right? If I know he's more of an anxious person, right, I'm gonna tell him things like, look, bro, I get it, bro. It's gonna be mad scary, right? You ever get anxious about things? I know you do, bro. I know it, bro. Trust me, because I was too. I was in that situation. Everything's scary, bro. Trust me. The scariest things, you're gonna get the biggest things out of it, right? So, bro, do you think it's gonna be easy to hit 1 million? Right? You think if you want to be a millionaire one day, right? So, bro, in order to get a millionaire, bro, you think you're gonna be making easy decisions? You think it's gonna be easy, bro? No, bro. You're gonna have to make ballsy decisions. You're gonna have to pay a lot of money, right? You have to invest into yourself. I'm assuming you want to do that, right? And look, bro, I get it. You're not gonna want to invest into yourself, but it's like, bro, if you want to get to that point, you're gonna have to make ballsy moves. You're gonna have to do that stuff, right?